John and Darren's office chairs provided by GT Omega Racing. You can check them out at gtomegaracing.com.
Welcome to This Week Inside Sim Racing, April 6, 2016. At least I think it's April 6th.
Yeah, it's April 6th.
I don't remember.
I'm adjusting our table. It's all crooked.
I'm John Sable alongside Darren Ganji, and as always, another great show this week. It really is a jam-pack show. We have, this is the Dirt Edition.
This is the Dirt Show. The Dirty Edition.
The Dirty Edition. Oh, let's not get chat going. By the way, I saw that you guys were getting the wah-wahs at the intro, on the intro screen there. When we made that adjustment, I still had I had YouTube up, so they were getting the overlay of both the sounds going. So as you noticed, just pulled up the chat window, and we decided at last minute to change over to YouTube Gaming to show the chat window because it looks better. So hopefully you guys like that, and that's why we had the wah-wahs going. So
we don't have it going anymore.
We don't have it going anymore. No, it should be good. We do have Charlie here though.
Charlie's always here.
So this
frickin' Charlie.
This week's show, news items, talking Forza Motorsport 6 Apex news. Had some confirmations over the past week. Assetto Corsa 1.5 came out. RaceRoom, huge update. RaceRoom R18 Preview video. First video of that, gonna show that. Let's see. iRacing Season 2 Patch 1 came out with a whole bunch of fixes. iRacing #Dirt confirmed. So obviously Dirt Week, we'll be talking about that. The SHH 3D printed 7R shifter, that has like a final production version, so gonna chat about that. And then lastly, Dirt Rally was released on the consoles yesterday, so that'll be our Dirt Talk. We have happenings, stuff going on in the studio here. We have a book that you've been reading.
Yep.
Gonna cover, talk a little bit about the
Did we talk about this?
We're gonna be unboxing that.
The sequential knob.
Yes.
TH8 sequential knob.
So we'll be unboxing the knob.
I think every time we call it knob, like the Brits give it a chuckle.
Yes.
Because you know what they refer to as a knob.
Yes. Now I've heard some. I've had lots of like restraint to not write. That's what she said. Online since we posted the pictures of it the other day. Let's see. Gonna talk a little bit about the video we had this past week with RaceRoom versus iRacing versus Assetto Corsa. Since got lots of comments on that, so I like to comment. Mark Puck, Aussie Stig, came on board, posted a few reviews on the website, so point that out.
Yep.
Let's see, we have a poll question, which right away in the upper right-hand corner.
Up over here. Speaking of which, that black chat, and we think if you're having problems seeing that icon for the polls, and if you wanted to give us a donation, I think if you go to gaming and then our URL, and as a matter of fact, I have it in the description here. So maybe if you refresh, it'll come up in the description. So it's gaming.youtube and then the URL for this particular show. Anyway, you'll have the black chat. And if you're missing that icon, another thing too is if you have ad blocker enabled on Chrome, that could be why you're not seeing that. So anyway, give those things a try. So we got the poll.
We got the poll. That's a good one this week. I'm really curious to see the response. I'm also going to talk about the last few polls from the last couple of weeks where we asked about what wheel brand you use, because it was kind of some interesting information, so I wanted to share that with all you guys. And by popular demand, we have Mean YouTube back. When by popular demand, I mean mostly Wim.
Yeah, Wim wanted to see the Mean YouTube comments. Probably because he can relate the most to us.
Yes. So Mean YouTube comments are back from the people of your ilk. Hopefully not you guys. I don't think it's you guys. But there's people out there on YouTube. And then Q&A.
We get some mean people in the live show.
They don't last long.
No, they don't. Before we get going, I'd like to give a plug to one of our new sponsors, Racing Line USA. You guys may have seen my review of these shoes a little over a year ago. And funny thing is, I've gone to their website, and most of the consumer reviews are from sim racers. So I know sim racers have bought these shoes, and somebody commented on they liked your shirt.
Yep.
Racing Line also sells these shirts and these hats and a handful of other shirts and hats. So anyway, I want to give them a shout out. You can go to racinglineusa.com, and we've got the link right here and in the description of the show. So I think these shoes go for $65. So if you want to be cool like John and have racing shoes on, then again, I wear racing shoes too when I'm.
But they're a lot cheaper than my racing shoes, so
yeah,
that's a good deal.
And they're good. I've heard great things when I was at iRace for Life last year. David Ankeny had a pair of those, and he's like, dude, thank you for doing that review. Those are so cool. So anyway, check out racinglineusa.com, and they've got some cool stuff there.
Yep.
So next thing I want to talk about really quick is, so we talked about John's move last week. I think some people are just automatically assuming that John is no longer going to be on the show. That is not going to be the case. And we are still going to be doing the live show every week. We're just going to do it remote. We're trying to figure out all the logistics. If you guys watch Jay's 2 Cents or Barnacle,'s, they do a dual camera, and they're not sitting in the same room.
No, Jay's in LA and whatchamacall's up in Seattle.
Barnacle,'s, yeah. Jerry's up in Seattle. So we're going to do something similar to that. So we're going to continue to do the live show every Wednesday, same time, same bat channel, same bat time. And we're just going to do it remotely. And so how is that going to affect our reviews? We may be doing a lot more solo reviews, but then again, we may also do some, integrated footage from both of us giving our comments. So anyway, John is not leaving the company. He's still going to be on board. Just wanted to make that clear. And that being said, John is leaving the 12th. So that is the day before what would have been our next live show. We are going to take a spring break. We're going to be taking the 13th and the 20th off, so we will not be doing a live show. We're still going to have content being posted because we got a lot of stuff. Matter of fact, we got a new product showing up that's already here that we can't talk about. John's actually going to New York tomorrow morning for a media presentation for this product. And again, we can't say what it is. Charlie's trying to tell you what it is, but
he knows what it is.
If you guys don't speak bark or dog, then you don't understand what he's telling you guys. But anyway, we'll still have a lot of content, and then we plan on doing a live show for iRace for Life. As long as that all works out, and we think it should, we will be coming to you guys live from Dallas, iRace for Life, Wednesday the 27th. And hopefully have some people that are there. Hopefully Travis, Tim, who are they're regulars here in our chat. Hopefully they'll both.
Yeah, we might have to grab a few of you guys.
Yeah. Oh, we're definitely going to be doing that. I think one of us is going to be mainly doing live, and the other one's going to be like, hey, get over here.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring you on the show really quick. So anyway, and I already told you about the gaming link. So now on to the news.
On to the news. Well, before the news, we would, as always, appreciate a thumbs up, a like. If you're here watching the show, that always helps us out.
Yep.
Same if you're watching it later, and if you're listening this to the audio-only podcast, maybe jump on YouTube and give us a like later after you listen to it. I know a lot of you guys listen to it like at work and driving and all the places I listen to podcasts. So yes, the news, and the first news item is from Forza, and they released this video over last week. And while the video isn't really anything new besides just showing some new pretty pictures of Forza Motorsport 6 Apex, there is some interesting info from it. And it really came from the source of Dan Greenwalt, who, what's his title? He's executive producer. He's pretty high up.
I think he's the executive producer, yeah.
Yeah, so
he's like him and Ellen Hartman are the two leads.
Yeah. So he stated that from this point out, all Forza Motorsport or Forza titles will not only come out on the Xbox, will also be coming out on Windows 10 on the PC. So that's kind of a big, not necessarily a change of direction, but a little more of a solidifying of a point when they announced Apex. When Apex came out, Turn 10 was saying, well, we're looking into it, maybe, we'll see how it goes. Now they're saying, it's coming. So that's pretty neat.
It is really neat.
And then besides that, and pull up our website, for some reason the side banners aren't working correctly. When we posted a story last week, there was a talk, I mentioned how not sure if there's going to be wheel support, like that hadn't been confirmed yet. And a couple of our users down in the comments, I want to point them out too, in our nice newer user section. Dan355, I believe, it's kind of far away. And then even the Orange Box, which is an anonymous commenter, said that, oh no, he said something on Twitter. And here it is right here. Someone posed a question, and Dan said that it looks like wheel support won't be coming at launch of Apex, but it will be coming down the line. They'll be developing it with that universal Windows platform they're creating. So, pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. And that universal Windows platform is a pretty big deal.
It is. They were talking about it in the video, and they said how it allows them to only write code once. They write code once, it works on Xbox, it works on Windows 10.
Yes.
So that's got to save
a
ton of time.
I think the Xbox is pretty much running on Windows 10 now.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm really looking forward to Forza coming to the PC and every other Forza title.
Yes.
I think every first-party development game out of Microsoft is going to be going to the PC as well. So
yeah.
It's not just Forza. There's some other, and I don't know off the top of my head. Maybe some guys in chat can tell us. But anyway, yeah, I think that's cool news.
It is. It is. I do, and also again, thanks for the guys who posted in our comments section. It was kind of funny after I posted that story. I saw that pop in a few other places, like Virtual R, had the same thing, and I was like, oh, that looks familiar. So I think news got out. It might have broke on our website.
On Inside Sim Racing.
Inside Sim Racing. We break stuff once in a while.
Well, John, if you talk about shifters, John breaks things. I'm just kidding. The Gear Masher.
That's funny.
You know what? Really quick. Speaking of Gear Masher, I want to thank Travis.
Oh, yes.
So, I mentioned Travis, and if you guys look in chat, he's Time Runner 414 with some 3s and 1s. Anyway, he's one of our regulars in chat, and I keep referring to Travis. That's Travis. Travis, we're going to Dallas, and he's such a nice guy. He sent us In-N-Out Burger gift cards, and I wanted to thank him here on the show. I thought that was so cool. Again, thank you, Travis, for that, and we're going to be going to get ourselves some In-N-Out. So maybe some of you guys can join us, maybe Wednesday after the live show. Maybe we'll go run and get In-N-Out for dinner or something. Anyway, I just want to thank Travis for that. That was really cool.
Thank you. And I also you mentioned that because he put I think it was John the Shifter or something.
I thought it was the Gear Masher.
The Gear Masher. The Gear Masher.
That's what made it come to mind.
John the Gear Masher Sable. Let's see.
Next up, Assetto Corsa?
Next up, Assetto Corsa. So, Assetto Corsa 1.5 was released last week. That's not Assetto Corsa. There's Assetto Corsa. We talked about it a lot last week, so just kind of briefly mention. We'll talk about it a little more in the Nordschleife video I did, but here's a bunch of the release notes, and as you see, they are lengthy, as Charlie is just having a conniption fit. But yeah, a huge amount of different updates to the title, and I think some of the biggest ones were updates to new tracks. There's also, they came out with a couple new cars there. You see there's the Corvette, Mustang, the Abarth. I think there was 13 tracks I said here that got updated. So yeah, it was a substantial update and really a good looking update. So that was very good to see. But yeah, we like I said, we kind of looked at a lot of that stuff last week. So curious with you guys in chat, what are you guys thinking of update 1.5? And now, as someone just pointed out, update 1.5.5. So they've already worked through the 5th patch of the 1.5 update because that's how this stuff goes. But curious to see what you guys think of it. I don't think you have, but I haven't had a chance to fire it up yet. Besides the Nordschleife for those videos, I want to check out that Black Cat County. I haven't tried that out yet.
I haven't either. I've been wanting to though.
Yeah, and
it looks cool.
I want to get you with the Stage 4 trying that out and see some drifting action.
Yeah, I haven't tried Assetto on the Stage 4 yet. I definitely want to.
Yep. So, nope. Big update. So that was a good one. And yeah, I'd like to hear what you guys are thinking of it so far. So far, it sounds like the reviews have been mostly positive. So that is good to hear. And keeping down the update train, if I can get this pulled up here in a timely fashion, it is an update. The update to RaceRoom came out last week, and again, we talked a ton about it, showed you guys some exclusive looks at the Nordschleife. That was released. WTCC 2015 pack was released, and then a whole smorgasbord of updates. So here's the very pretty trailer they put out, and great looking track. So again, we'll touch on that a little bit later when I talk about that video I made. But ooh, good drifting action. So here, let me pull up. So here, or not. Oh, I guess I didn't have the release notes. Oh well.
They're long anyway, so I mean, there's a lot to go through.
There is a lot to go through. But yeah, I mean, some of the big things, the GT3 cars received an overhaul in their physics, and they do feel better. There are still some things I have a couple gripes about, but they do overall feel a lot better. GTO class got updates, prototype classes, so you can now run 100 cars on a track. Has anyone done that yet? I'm curious.
That's a great question.
Has anyone gone out? Any of you guys, let us know in chat, have gone out there and tried to run with like 100 cars on the Nordschleife or somewhere else? Because that would be interesting. Oh, one thing I don't know if we had on the show last week, but when the Nordschleife was released, they confirmed the pricing. It actually wasn't too bad.
We originally saw something. Maybe it was in the beta. It was like $35, but it was like $999 VRP.
Yeah, which was like
translates to close to $10.
Yeah, like $10, $11. So yeah, I think that's a pretty fair price for a track where one of the engineers there at Sector 3 spent an entire year working on it. Woof.
Yeah, that was, what's his name? Man, I can't think of it. It'll probably come to me.
It's kind of a cool thing to have, though. I mean, I know it's a year of your life, but it's like, look what you created.
Yeah.
You're like, I made that. It will be around kind of forever in some kind of virtual space. So
yeah,
that's kind of neat.
Well, and Greg Hill, I don't know if you remember the piece that he did from iRacing when he was working on that track on how proud he was. So I'm sure the guy that developed it for RaceRoom feels the same way. Com8.
Ah, yes.
That was his modding name. I can't. Alex. No, I don't want to say that. I think it's. Anyway, Com8 was the guy that did RaceRoom. And that's another thing I haven't tried yet. You've tried it. You did the piece.
Yep, did the piece.
The RaceRoom versus iRacing and the RaceRoom versus Assetto Corsa. And boy, the fanboys come out in droves when you start pitting one title against each other.
They do.
No offense to any of you watching that if you're a fanboy of a particular title. I mean, it's one thing, I think, to, have a preference. But man, as far as being a fanboy for a title, some people just, take it so personally.
Yeah.
If you say one's better than the other.
Yeah. And to be fair, I mean, there were definitely some I see the vast majority of comments were definitely constructive, but yeah, there were definitely a handful of people who were throwing out those fanboy grenades.
I love how you put that, fanboy grenades.
That's really what they are, because don't try to argue with them. So let's see.
Grabbing your questions, by the way, guys. I'm trying to keep up on them. But it's hard for us to keep up on the questions when we're trying to do the news. So try to save your questions for Q&A, and then we will get to. It'll be a lot easier for us to gather them. I've already got 3. One from Lars Borgman, Banana Z, and Brian Blackburn. So anyway.
We're doing the best we can.
We are. We are doing the best we can.
Let's see. Speaking of RaceRoom, they released this video.
Alex Humler.
Ah.
I had the first name right.
There you
He's
go.
Com8. Thanks, Wim. So it's Alex Humler.
And maybe he had a hand in developing this car, or probably not.
No, he's a track guy.
I know, two different things. But yeah, this was a video put out by Sector 3 yesterday showing off the R18 in action. And if you don't remember, because it's been a little while, the R18, this was debuted in December 2010, so this is almost a classic now. And they've updated it every year, but this is a 2010 version, 3.7 liter V6 turbo diesel 6-speed gearbox, 540 horsepower at 4,500 RPMs. Let's see, this was kind of the beginning. This was one of the beginnings of was this the first diesel car from Audi? Was the R10 diesel? I don't remember.
I think so.
It might have been. Yeah, it was.
They were the first.
That's right, because the R8 was diesel, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, somewhere. But anyway, this is the first.
I don't think the R18 was the first diesel.
Okay, yeah. So this is the first. This was the first iteration, at least, of the R18. But yeah, it's coming and looks good. Definitely excited to try this out. I mean, we don't have. Look across the board in sim racing right now. I can't say that. I was gonna say not a lot of prototypes out there, P1s, but that's not true. Project Cars has has them, and Assetto Corsa is going to be getting the Toyota LMP1. But yeah, actually, I guess it is kind of fair. There really aren't too many. I know iRacing, we had Tony Gardner on. You asked that question. LMP1 car?
Yeah, well, that was one of the questions from the from chat.
Yeah, and he kind of gave us a working on it answer. So, but no, cool to see some LMP1s and see it showing up into RaceRoom. I didn't see anything about release date yet.
For the R18?
For R18, yeah,
No,
not sure.
either.
But I mean, and I want to say it looks close, but they were showing off screenshots of R18 months ago, so it's been a bit of a development period. So who knows?
So you've been handling almost all the news, so I'll transition to do a little bit now.
Oh, nice.
So you can take a little break.
I just started rolling.
You were rolling, and I was like, "Wait, John's doing all the talking here, man. I better get involved." Next up, iRacing Season 2 Patch 1 was released, and a lot of people were really, excited or I think a good way to put it is getting a little impatient because they had announced it and they delayed it. But there was a lot of things that they fixed and or changed. Some of the things is they worked on the balance of performance, or BOP, for the GT3 cars, which was much needed after the introduction of the Mercedes-AMG and the Audi R8 LMS. They removed the restrictor plates from the old Chevy car of tomorrow, and now you can go about 240 plus on on the what's usually a restrictor plate track. So that is some old school NASCAR action going on there. And then a bunch of other patch or bug fixes. One of which we talked about on the show last week, and it was somebody in the community figured out that iRacing was only running on one core because of popcorn effects.
Yep. And
they were able to fix that. And a ton of other stuff. So I could go through the whole changelog, but I'm not going to. Netcode, sessions, tires, fixed a bug where a tire could stop interacting with the ground after being in the air during a pit stop. So anyway.
They fixed the temperature issue between DX11 and DX9, where I believe it was DX11, the temperature was 2 degrees higher than if you were running in DX9 in the same session. So that was odd. So that got fixed.
So that popcorn effects, which was causing that core issue, as a precaution against a known issue with application freezes that may occur when particle detail is set to medium or high value, the sim will reset your particle detail setting to the low value the first time it launches. Opponent vehicles will now emit dust particles correctly. An issue with black particle debris effects on tires has been fixed. So anyway, lots of fixes. And just video capture, people were having issues with that. They were trying to use programs like XSplit, which is what we use to broadcast. It wasn't working, so that's just because they have their own video capture built into iRacing now. Logitech G27 racing shift indicators now work correctly. And I was also noticing that the Formula Renault, the shift light wasn't working.
Oh, that's the other.
On external
Yep.
peripherals, which it is now. So anyway, I got to scroll down through all these fixes because now I want to get to talking about dirt.
Yes, let's fire up the April Fool's dirt video.
Yeah, and this actually, there's no audio playing.
There's no audio playing.
Okay, so people thought this was a huge April Fool's joke. And honestly, I mean, when it first came out, seeing that it was coming out on April 1st, I was like, oh, wait, is this their April Fool's joke? And then I started looking at the production quality of this video and what went into it. So at first, they're just using B-roll footage here. Steve Meyer in the office. This is just some B-roll footage.
But this is the point where I started to kind of go, and we kind of both got on it pretty quick, I think, where I was like, wait a second, they're involving the university. It's like Northwestern Ohio. And it's kind of like, that's pretty elaborate if you're going to start like pulling in a school in on your joke.
Well, and then they go to the track. They're at the track. They interview some people. A lot of people called BS too because the guy tastes the dirt and he's using the magnifying glass and he's got the dropper. He's dropping some water on the dirt. But again, you and I know what it takes to produce and edit a show like this.
Look at this. This is production.
Yeah, this was a lot of work went into this, so that's what tipped me off into thinking that this was not BS, that this was not an April Fool's joke. And another thing, a lot of people would have been pissed off if this was an April Fool's joke, because dirt is one of the most highly anticipated projects or things that people want, whether it's circle track dirt, rally cross, rallying, any type of off-road stuff. People want dirt in iRacing, me included. I mean, I want to do some dirt racing. But anyway, you and I both, and iRacing didn't tell us, we thought it was real.
Yeah.
This ended up being a trending topic on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because of everybody talking about it, which was really cool. But we did not doubt that it was. You can see my comments from around. I even said that was a pretty elaborate video.
We posted a story got posted on the website maybe like Thursday. I think on Friday I commented, and because people were like, "Oh, this is fake, it's fake," and I said, "I think this is an April Fool's gag inside the real deal."
Yeah.
And that was the whole tasting stuff and having a lab jacket on and the release. They were definitely messing with us, but no, it's like this has to be real. This is too much. Now, again, I will say one thing that I'm still not entirely sure was real or not, because they put the soon clock up at the end. They said 2016, but then again,
which may be. I mean,
I guess we did. There was a little video of the rough jumping a mound of dirt. I believe on the infield Texas Motor Speedway that Steve Myers released.
Well, I gotta say too. Behind the scenes, Tony asked us about what we thought of Rallycross coming to iRacing.
Yeah. This
was years ago. This is long before you came on board, and I was like, I don't know how popular. And it's gained popularity since he asked me my opinion, and I was like, if you want to go do dirt, do rally.
Yeah.
Don't do Rallycross. But now Rallycross has really started to take off to an extent. It's in Dirt Rally. It's in Sebastian Loeb. But I think now it's viable, and he told us that they had been doing they've been doing some testing like that for a long time.
Yeah.
So this isn't just something that, let's do it. Everybody wants dirt. Let's get it going. No, they've been contemplating this for a long time.
Exactly. And here's and speaking of Rallycross, here's the image of the Rallycross car that they scanned. This is the Chip Ganassi Ford Fiesta. Now, I don't want to burst everyone's bubble, but they scanned the Fiesta there on the left. On the right, that's, what's his face? Who does all the Hoonigan videos?
Ken Block?
That's Ken Block's new Ford Focus global rallycross car that's showing up this year. So, hashtag iRacing curse.
Yeah.
Because that, even though, I saw the Fiesta and I went, I want that. Then I saw the Focus and I went, I want that more. That looks like it eats children for breakfast.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
The thing's mean looking.
So maybe that's the maybe that's the iRacing curse coming into effect. But oh well, still Rallycross.
Hey, it's better than no Rallycross.
Exactly.
So dirt, hashtag dirt confirmed. It is coming. So those of you that thought it was a big elaborate April Fool's joke and got your panties all in a bunch because of it, shame on you.
Oh, and
no, I can see why though.
And I forgot one other thing that was announced is Eldora.
Yeah.
Is being scanned.
Well, I think they're going to scan that track that's at that university as well.
Yeah, Limaland.
Limaland.
Yeah,
University of Northwestern Ohio.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that's at actually.
So John actually reached out to Tony about the Eldora scanning, and John's going to try to go over there, do a piece, and check out how laser scanning takes place and all that. And so, as long as the timing's right, John may go check out the Eldora scanning. So
I hope so. Yeah, Eldora's only about an hour, 15 minutes away from me. So, do a little day trip over there, and hopefully that'll all work out schedule-wise.
Yep. So anyway, hashtag dirt confirmed. This is why we're calling it the dirty issue or dirty episode. We got some more dirt news coming too. With,
dirt and knobs.
Yeah, you dirty knob.
People are loving that. It's just so funny because it means different things. Us being in the U.S., so we're kind of like we say knob, and we're like, who cares?
Yeah.
Knob.
Knob.
I just want to say it a bunch. Next up in the news,
we're gonna open this knob in a little bit. By the way, we're gonna pull out this knob.
Oh, off the rails. Okay, next up in the news item, SHH came out with this announcement this week of their kind of the latest version of their 3D printed shifter, and they already came out with one sometime last year, I believe.
Yes.
And so now they've come back with kind of like a version 2, and it looks pretty awesome. It's a H gated shifter, plus it has sequential, I believe, if I'm reading this right. I read it the other day and I didn't have time to read over it again. But yeah, no, it's a standalone. Maybe it doesn't have sequential. Standalone H pattern shifter, and if it is or isn't, let me know, Mark Aussie Stig in chat, since he wrote up this story. But yeah, no, they got this coming, and I will say I think they've improved the 3D printing quality. Because the last one, they kind of looked like they were using taller bands of materials, and it wasn't quite as nice looking. But this one, they've really got that looking very nice. So, how's chat?
Someone's asking what knob means in the U.S. Basically, like a shifter knob. That's a knob.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, I can go grab one off of something.
Well, we got a box right here.
Well, no. I was gonna grab like
the actual knob,
like the tightening knobs that we secure things like the.
Oh, okay.
The Stage 4 has a knob that you tighten. Paul Hoggett saying we need to be banned by the moderator. Hey, knob is not a sexual or private part reference here in the States. So anyway, someone was asking what does knob mean in the U.S. So anyway, we refer to this as a shifter knob.
Well, that's what they're calling it.
Yeah, I want to get another. You know what? While you're doing that, I'm gonna get another example of a knob here. I'll be right back.
Okay, while Darren's off knob searching.
Grabbing a knob.
Oh, I hope you guys heard that. Let's see, where are we at now? Okay, Dirt Rally. So, Dirt Rally was released on the consoles yesterday, version 1.1. Also, version 1.1 came out on the PC. And you got a knob?
Yes.
Okay.
This is also considered a knob here in the States. So this is used to, I don't know what this was in particular, but so there, we're not referring to our private parts. So there we go. There we have it. Oh, my mic's falling off here. Hold on. Sorry if it's
popping.
There we go.
Okay, so yeah, so Dirt Rally, big update yesterday. What do I have in here? Oh, I got it buried.
Hashtag knob. We got to start a trending topic.
Oh, I don't know if again, I'm clearly missing things, so I don't got anything to show you for Dirt Rally, but it came out yesterday. On the PC 1.1 patch, new cars include the Peugeot 208 216 Pikes Peak.
Wait, what's it called?
Peugeot.
Oh,
that's right. That'll be another topic of a
Billy,
future.
Billy, are you with us still? How do you pronounce Peugeot?
Yeah, we've been in lots of debates from all over, people from all over. U.S., French citizens, just Europeans about the pronunciation of. I've always heard it as Peugeot.
Well, somebody actually did some pronunciation links.
Yeah.
And there was 2 or 3 of them, and they all pronounce it the same way we do.
Peugeot.
So who's wrong here? You guys from the great.
Yeah, was it UK that was calling it Peugeot?
It is.
Yeah.
It's the guys from the UK.
Yeah. So we will never know. But anyway, so that was released. If I was good, I would have pulled up Billy's video, but I don't think I grabbed it because I'm bad. The Renault 5 Turbo, Renault Alpine. I think it's Alpine, not Alpine. Well, another one. A110, the Opel Corsa Super 1600, Peugeot 206 S1600, Renault Clio S1600, Mini Classic Rallycross.
By the way, we got something planned. I keep changing the subject here. We got something funny planned for iRace for Life. We're going to do a piece from there. But anyway, sorry, keep going, John.
I did say
Mini Classic Rallycross.
I did say Reno. I think I got that right. Mini Classic Rallycross.
No, it's Reno.
And then the new track, historic Pikes Peak. So Pikes Peak with dirt the way God intended it to be. It's a shame, driving around there, even though it's a bitch to drive around that track in the dirt, I'm kind of like, why did they ever pave this? I mean, I'm sure they paved it for like safety reasons and stuff.
I'd rather drive it in the dirt.
Exactly. I like the dirt more. And even the partial combo is kind of interesting. But
I would like it. I would like to drive every car in Dirt Rally, or have the ability to drive any car in Dirt Rally on Pikes Peak.
Yes.
Instead of just, I think, what is it, 3, 4 cars.
Yeah.
That you can drive on it. And that one car, Billy, by the way, dude, how the hell were you able to wheel that car in Dirt Rally? Billy's now done 3 Dirt Rally PlayStation 4 videos for us. And man, that Red Bull 850 horsepower car is a friggin' beast.
It is.
And trying to get that thing up Pikes Peak with no co-pilot, without a map, man, Billy, dude, kudos to you for being able to wheel that thing. That thing is a freaking handful and a half. But anyway, I drove the other cars, the 400 or so horsepower cars, or 300, whatever they were, on the dirt. That I was able to kind of get up, the mountain. I think that would be a fun competition. Submitting times up Pikes Peak. It's almost like a Nordschleife or doing a Bathurst lap, but doing a Pikes Peak challenge I think would be a lot of fun.
Well, I wonder if we have, there is an ISR TV Dirt Rally League.
That's on the PC
that
only,
runs. That's true. That's on
be
the
cool.
PC
We were
only.
talking about this. Be cool if all the leaderboards were integrated.
Yeah.
So where we could pull leaderboard times.
Yeah. But if you are looking for a Dirt Rally League, because actually I think that whole league function they have in Dirt Rally works really well. We head over to our forums. There's, I can't remember who runs that now. But yeah, we have an ISR TV league going. Me and Darren drove in a little bit, and then we abandoned ship, so we haven't done a very good job of
And for
staying.
no other reason than we're just too busy.
Yeah, no reason. It's a great little league. Well, I was getting my ass kicked, so.
I was running pretty good.
You were running pretty good. I was
But
getting
then again,
killed.
that was when you were really green to rally racing.
It's true, I've gotten
in
better.
general. Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
You definitely have.
But no, if you're looking for a league, really good league over on our forums, just go hunt around. Look in the Dirt Rally section, and it's there. And they run a few different stages every week, I believe.
You may be able even to do a search in the leagues for ISR TV, in the league section on the PC.
Yeah.
And find it that way.
Yep. So, Dirt Rally out. Maybe you saw some of the content we've been putting out. We put out some videos from... Billy has some test drives in the PS4. We had it from the Xbox One, and really impressed.
We were very impressed with the graphic quality. Basically, it is the identical version from the PC. The only thing we didn't see was the field of view slider.
Yeah, which is odd.
You could adjust the seat up and down, left or up and down, forward and back, and then you could even tilt it.
Yeah.
But almost everything from the PC version is on the console. Force feedback was amazing.
Yep.
The physics are pretty much identical to the PC version. So
yeah. It looks good. It ran well in version 1.0. They came out. They came out. 1.1 came out. Day one. Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. And I jumped on it when it was version 1.1 and getting some stutters.
Just some hiccups.
Yeah.
And not like stutter. It's like you'll be driving, all of a sudden just a quick screen pause.
Yeah, but it was really bad in Rallycross though. I had a couple times where I was like, I had to kind of step away. It was getting really bad on me.
So we're not sure what happened. This is on the Xbox One, and I don't know, Billy, maybe you can tell us if it happened.
It was fine the day before.
On the PlayStation 4. Yeah, on version 1.0, but they did some, and I know there were some graphics changes, but it was running buttery smooth, 60 frames a second, or damn close up. Digital Foundry.
Yes.
This guy has a channel, Digital Foundry, and he did a side-by-side comparison of the PS4 versus the Xbox One version, and he's got a frame rate calculator or counter, and they were both running right about at 60 frames. I mean, it dipped like to 50. I think the lowest I saw a dip on the Xbox One was 57. Just
like once in a while.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah, you weren't seeing like visual stutters.
No.
And then the 1.1 patch came out, and now there's some visual stutters. So
yeah,
and we tried rebooting the system and doing a few things, and they're still there. It doesn't. Well, I guess you were having problems with Rallycross. I didn't really have a problem with it in the rally stages. or Pikes Peak. But anyway, hopefully they'll get that sorted out. I know they can because 1.0 didn't have it.
Yeah.
We weren't seeing any stutters on the Xbox One, and Billy's saying PS4 is fine. So,
yeah, but I mean, and what I was trying to get at, it's like, yeah, we talk about a little more of this as the show's gone along here, last 8 months or so. Sim racing on consoles.
Yep.
It's now
it's a real deal now.
It's real. Yeah, you don't have to necessarily go out and go buy a gaming PC.
Yep. You guys are still on the knob thing. All right, let's let the knob thing go. I keep seeing knob comments in the. So, should we get to this?
Is that where are we at now? Yeah, we're in happenings. So if you want to talk about that or this or
Here, you can do this. I'll talk about once you get that ready.
Okay.
Anyway, John mentioned there was a book that I've been reading, and I haven't gotten too far into it. It's called The Perfect Corner. You can get it on Amazon. I'd like to thank these guys, Peridium Shift Driver Development, for sending it to me, and some really cool concepts as far as like one of the things they talk about is no driver's ever going to run the perfect lap. So in other words, they're never going to have every corner perfect. I mean, some may think guys like Ayrton Senna or Michael Schumacher and guys like that probably came a lot closer to running perfect laps.
Yeah.
But even I bet if you went to them saying, "Hey, was that perfect? Could you do better?" They'd probably say, "Oh yeah, I missed corner 5.
Yeah.
You know, I missed the apex or something like that." Anyway, this just has some cool, and I haven't gone all the way through it, so I can't really review it, but I have gotten through, I don't know, probably the first 20 pages or so. And I just thought I'd bring it to your guys' attention. And they're not sponsoring us or anything. They sent it to me, and I wanted to just tell you guys about it. You can visit them at peridiumshiftracing.com. Actually, I'll put it in chat. Yes, Wayne Francis, the perfect corner is an apex. But you know what? They talk about that sometimes based on how your car's handling or the track conditions, that the perfect apex may not always be the same. How your car is set up.
That's true. I mean, if you're running in the wets, you're not going to run on the racing line because the rubber is down on the racing line and it's super slick when it's wet out. So now the perfect line has changed.
So I think that's the
To make sure that link works.
Paradigm Shift Racing. Did I say Peridium? I did. It's Paradigm.
Fragile.
Yeah.
Fragile. It's Italian.
So anyway, it just seemed like sim racers are always asking us, hey, can you give us tips on how to get better? And I just thought there was some really cool, and I haven't gone through the whole thing again, but there's some, and that's not the only good book that can apply from real racing to sim racing. There's lots of others out there, but I've had this for over a month, and I wanted to give them a shout out and thank you for hooking me up with this. But I think you can get it through Amazon.
Okay. Apparently your link's not working, so.
It's not?
But so I'll let you. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Or maybe the website just isn't working.
Hold on, I'll try to find it. So John, why don't you go ahead and open that?
So here is the TH8 sequential knob, as it says. We're not making that up. That's probably hard to read.
It says knob on there?
It says knob on there.
See?
Yeah.
We're not crazy.
And let's see.
I must have typed in the wrong.
Instructions, not that you need them. And then there's the knob. Actually, nicely packaged.
Okay, that link just worked for me. So I'm at that website. So I think they have a couple books.
Nice. Good looking website.
I think you can preview the book too.
Oh, that's cool. I like when they do that.
Yeah, you get the first 28 pages. So you guys can check this out if you're interested. I think it goes for about $20.
It's a fair amount of pages.
Yeah, and I think is there a it's an extended sample.
And I will say I do like that it is like there's some spacing there. It's not terrible to read. And pictures.
Oh, they got a PDF. The Perfect Corner 2 is $17.45. Perfect Control, The Perfect Corner. Ebook is $12.95. So anyway, check it out. Let us know what you guys think. Tell them we sent you.
Yes.
Knob,
So, from books to knobs. So here's the sequential shifting knob. I don't. How am I supposed to hold this now? Well, anyway, it's well weighted. That's the biggest thing to take away from this.
This thing's heavy.
It has weight. So
she said.
And so there's. God damn. so here's the flash of things to say. But yeah, so it does a good job of when you shift, come back to neutral center position. Not that, the stock one always seemed to work pretty well too.
Yes, it just gives you a feel like you're driving a real sequential shifter.
Yeah, one thing that I was curious about is if it was going to sit taller. And actually, I don't know if you can see it. Probably can't see it, but the threads are way up here, so it's actually the exact same height as the stock shifter knob. So yeah, it doesn't give you any more height. Doesn't give you any more length. But it gives But it gives you more girth. Oh, okay, it's out of my system now. I'm good. How much does this cost?
I haven't got a confirmed price, but they're thinking around $29.95. I don't know if that was euro or pounds. But as soon as we get a confirmed price, we'll let you guys know. But anyway.
I think it's gonna be $30, and I say it's probably worth the buy for $30.
John, why are you struggling to hold your knob?
I'm backing away. So I think for $30, if you're a big fan of running the TH8A in sequential, it's not a bad way to go. So like I said, I was a little worried that it was going to be just kind of a shape difference, but like I said, having extra weight, that is pretty nice. So there you go, Thrustmaster TH8A sequential knob, official name. Let's see, where are we on to now? Okay, next up, let's talk about...
Well, we already talked about it, but we have it in the script. We want to talk about the RaceRoom versus iRacing versus Assetto Corsa Nordschleife.
I want to talk about that a little more, a couple things. Roll the video. Let me actually fast forward here. Got lazy. But here they are running side by side, and got a whole bunch of comments. Got a lot of field of view comments, which... Okay, backing up. First time I've done a video like this. So, first time I had to work on trying to match up two different titles like this. And
what's wrong with you? Why did you use the same field of view, John?
I know. This wasn't so, besides just the comparison between the two tracks, got a lot of slack about field of view. This isn't the field of view I use. This is me actually capturing it from the replay and using whatever the replay onboard uses.
It's so funny how people nitpick shit. It's like, come on, you know what? Look at the trackside objects and stuff. Who cares about the field of view?
Well, and that was my whole thing. My whole thing was that it's showing off the tracks and what they look like. And another thing that I think is a bit misleading is, in Assetto Corsa, like iRacing in the other video we did, the camera shakes with the track, where RaceRoom, it's steady. And so it makes it look like Assetto Corsa is a lot more bumpier. I was still feeling bumps in RaceRoom. So, and I will say a couple times, like Assetto Corsa down the long backstretch there, it's like really bumpy, and for some reason I didn't really have those bumps in RaceRoom. So that was a difference. Those bumps were there in iRacing, but they're not nearly as bad. Assetto Corsa, like the car is just beating itself against the track, so that's kind of
John,
odd.
why did you use the same time of day?
Oh yeah, well, so time of day, I was actually going to just rerun the same RaceRoom video I did from when I raced against iRacing, but I was like, let's show the really late setting. And then instead of Corsa, I was trying to go for a late setting, and so I went for 4 o'clock, and it just ended up not being as close. So that was because that was a last-minute decision change. Yes, if I was doing really well, they would be the same time of day setting, but I don't know.
I guess that Rick Fast says in RaceRoom you can make it shake also with the setting.
Yes, I saw that there was someone who posted in the comments section how to do that, which it didn't sound like, it's not a setting in-game, it's a setting you have to go back into like .ini file and edit. So it's a little work to it.
I thought so.
It's not the most obvious setting, but see, we learn new things. So I learned new things on this, but I like to think that the overall gist of these videos was just to show you the quality of all these tracks.
Do we have the iRacing one too?
I didn't bring the iRacing one over.
Something that was mentioned in that video, and it's no fault of ours. We don't know why it's happening, but for some reason, Sony Vegas, which is our editing program, is making iRacing footage, capture footage, stutter. And we're not seeing that when we're racing live.
No.
We're not even seeing that in the captured footage. It's just for some reason when it goes into Sony Vegas and then we re-render it, it's creating these stutters.
Yeah.
And we don't know what the hell is causing it, but...
Because we capture all the games the same.
Yeah, so if you think that iRacing didn't run good in that particular video, it ran great.
Yeah.
We did not have any issues. Matter of fact, I've noticed since that fix, that patch, I was running Nordschleife the other day. Remember, because we're getting the stage 4 dialed in for iRace for Life, so I'm really creating some cool profiles. And so we were testing the GT1 car at Nordschleife. And I've got my frame rates locked at 144 right now. I don't remember seeing it dip below 144 the whole time on Nordschleife. And I know that was an issue when it first came out.
Yes.
So anyway, it's looking great.
That is something I hope if I do get a chance to see the iRacing guys in Eldora, I'll pick their brains a little bit, especially if one of the guys like Jack, who does a lot of their video stuff, shows up. It's kind of like, what's going on here? Because this used to not be an issue. We ran the 24-hour race and captured it, no issues.
Peter Enzer just bought this.
I saw that. It's awesome.
It's really cool. So, have you guys tried Adobe Premiere instead of Vegas? You know what? It's like going from the PC to a Mac for us. I mean, we are so familiar with Sony Vegas that's the only issue we have with it right now.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's only with iRacing videos.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna pirate a copy of Adobe.
No,
we own Vegas, and we keep updating it. I've heard Premiere is great, but we're not going to transition to it. And I mean, who knows if that would even fix it?
Yep, just hoping. I thought I had the issue fixed back when we did the video of the Audi versus Mercedes GT3 car, and I captured that with Fraps, which besides that taking up a ton of space on your hard disk, no compression. I tried to run Fraps the other day, and it was only locking at 40 frames per second, and that was stuttering on the capture. So all things working against us at the moment with iRacing.
And back to RaceRoom, Travis is saying camera shake is in the second functions tab toward the bottom of the page in RaceRoom. So you don't have to do.
Oh, it's in the UI. Okay, I'll have to go look for it.
So, anyway.
See, the more you learn, we all learn, especially me, especially because I forget stuff. Okay, moving on. One thing I wanted to mentioned earlier is we announced. Was it last week that we had Mark announced? So Mark, Aussie Stig Puck, came on board doing blogging for us on the website. And
who's in chat, by the way? He was earlier. He's still here.
He was earlier, and and we'll do some reviews from time to time when he gets some hardware stuff that we can't get our hands on. And he had a couple old reviews he's done over the past year that he brought over to our site and posted them. I don't know if I didn't grab them. Man, I am fired.
John, you're fired!
Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Sim Racing. But he reviews for the Husingfeld Sim Pedal Pro 3.
Husingfeld!
Is now posted at isrtv.com, along with Mark's review of the Fanatic Club Sport V3s. So if you want a second opinion, because we reviewed those last fall, but you want a second opinion on those.
And he did something of the, he posted one of his pieces where he went to that,
the place in Italy.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll get the name of it here. Hold on. Which was really cool. So yeah, and he's actually added some other just general news stories. So great to have Mark on board, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of his stories. I can't really call them stories, reviews and news blurbs on our site, and he's cross-posting over to Facebook. Hold on, I'll get to that. I want to get the name of that. I hate when I do that. I want to report on something properly. Yeah. Evotech.
That's it.
I knew it started with an E. So anyway, welcome aboard to Mark, and yeah, he's doing a great job for us so far. So he's still here. Hey, Mark. So we did do the knob.
We got the knob covered.
People were saying they liked how I was holding the knob.
Poll question.
Poll question. Speaking of knobs.
Speaking of, I had a delayed reaction. My brain broken.
Took you a second to get that one, huh?
It did. I'm slow. So before we jump, again, this week's question you can answer up in the top right corner if you're joining the show late. It's a doozy. But before we get to that, I want to cover some of the poll questions, responses, answers from the past few weeks, and it revolves around the question we asked: what wheel brand do you use? And here's the 3 separate polls. And the first one was the one on the right there that says just what do you use? And that was what do you use now, and had great participation, 484 votes. And then we went back and we were like, okay, well, let's rewind. What were you using 5 years ago? And then what were you using 2 years ago in March? And there's those results on the left-hand side. And it is fascinating to see the change in, I guess, the industry from where people have gone. Oh, you want to call out Peter there?
We'll wait till we get back.
Okay, but
it'll stay there.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, you look in 2011, 65% of you were running Logitech. Second place was Microsoft at 11%. I mean, I'm trying to think what was the last Microsoft wheel.
Sidewinder?
Yeah, that was, in 2011, that was pretty dated by that point.
They made a 360 wheel though too.
Okay. So, and then back on 2011, Fnatic was only 10% market. Thrustmaster only at 9%. That was about a month after the T500 release. Mad Catz there. Then we go to fast forward to 2014, and we've seen Thrustmaster make a big move. Now, by this point, the TX and T300 are out, and kind of eat into Logitech's market share. Fnatic's gone up 10% in the market share, so they've made a big move. And then over to where you guys are at today, and Thrustmaster's pretty much in 2 years reversed market share with Logitech, and the Fnatic stayed about the same. And then we've seen new people like Sim Experience come on board with 4% there, and OSW with 2% of the votes. So, yeah, kind of interesting stuff to see the trends of how things have changed in the industry. 5 years is nothing.
No.
God.
Peter Enzer, thank you so much for the donation. We very much appreciate it. And Wayne Francis was asking, how do you donate? Try going up here to that. There should be a little I right up there.
Yep.
And if you can't see it, maybe try going to YouTube Gaming, and down in the description of the show here, there's a link to this show on the gaming side, and you'll see the black chat and stuff like that. So, and as Wim's saying too, donation doesn't show up in all countries. It may be a geo issue.
Yes.
So anyway, we very much appreciate the donations. Thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you. So,
oh wait, I also they want to see how I shift with this knob.
Well, for me, I do the bump.
Well, yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, it's
bump and then almost like more of a
someone's
pull
just
back.
trying to play on the whole holding the knob thing.
I know. You know, it's funny. I was watching I was catching up on the VA Supercar races from this past weekend, and there was a couple times where guys got like spun out, and got stranded in the sand, and they showed them going down through the gears, and like, you know, the gear lever there is like huge, and so you're supposed to grab it up here. They were down on the stock metal part, like just banging it down here. I think they were frustrated.
Probably.
Because they got stuck in the sand, but it was like, oh, look at that. So professionals, you can just, however you want to do it.
Slam it.
Slamming it.
Slam that knob.
Slam that knob. Let's see. So, it looks like some of you guys are voting on this week's poll question. This week's poll question is, how much have you invested into sim racing? And I just voted myself. Let me pull up the categories here. Breaking stuff? So, the categories are, have you spent between $1 and $1,000, between $1,000 and $2,000, $2,000 and $5,000, or yes, between $5,000 and $10,000, and then $10,000 plus dollars. So if you could vote there, and I'm just kind of curious how much have people spent. So far, we have 37% have spent less than $1,000, 27% have spent between 1 and 2, 26% have spent between 2 and 5. 7% at 5 to 10, and a brave 1% of you have spent over 10 grand on sim racing hobby, which is pretty awesome. I voted, and I went between 2,000 and 5,000. I believe that's where I'm at on money that I've spent. at this point, I'm now using well over that amount with those BenQ monitors. But yeah, I think I've invested between probably close to $5,000. I'm almost getting, I think, above that $5,000 threshold.
Well, I mean, I've been, needless to say, doing it since you were born, pretty much. So,
I already voted.
actually, I can't vote because you've already you took our vote. I'm in the probably 10K plus range between all the PCs that I bought.
Well, yeah, that's something I want to mention. You know, if you bought a PC to go gaming, you know, I would include to go sim racing. I would include that.
Oh, for sure.
Or consoles or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's part of your, if you're just a gamer in general, I mean, it's definitely part of your sim racing budget as well.
Yep. So, nope. So it'd be interesting to see maybe next week or when we come back from spring break, we can revisit that at some point.
All right, I am going to react to one of the comments here. Spending more than $1,000 is stupid. How about you put your money where your mouth is and go real racing? Really, Isaac? You think it's that inexpensive to go real racing? Okay, I just started pricing tires for my Camaro to take it to the track, so I wanted to get some, not full slicks, but some semi slicks.
Yep.
$1,000 just for the tires.
Yep.
Okay, and now if I want to put a roll cage in it, that's going to cost me probably about $1,000.
Yep.
So now I'm up to $2,000, and that's not even including the car and how much I've put into it. And sure, we're talking a Camaro, and sure there's a lot cheaper ways to go racing. You and I were talking about the Lemons race, 24 hours of Lemons, or they have the what's it called?
NASA.
It's I want to say Cart something, but it's anyway. It's like a 24 hours of Lemons. Basically, you buy a car under $500, you enter it into a race, and you and 4 or 5 other guys or 3 guys, whatever, can run in this endurance race.
Yep.
Well, you have to get brakes for the car. You have to get tires. Then there's fuel. You all need to be wearing racing suits, fire suits, helmets. That shit adds up.
Yes.
Racing is, you know what? Honestly, if racing was as affordable as sim racing, I wouldn't be sim racing.
Yeah.
I'd be real racing, because that's why I got into this in the first place. So you are on frickin' drugs. Yeah, Isaac. How much do you spend on real racing, or do your parents spend on real racing? It is not frickin' cheap.
Well, we got Scott Holmes in chat, and he knows. He said, I spent over $10,000 on entry and expendables when club racing motorcycles.
Yeah.
So
no, over $1,000 on entry and expendables.
Oh, sorry, 1,000.
But that doesn't include the bike.
Well, we were talking
tires.
He has a Miata, and he was saying how, that was going to be like another $10,000 in on that.
Yeah.
To go run that.
I wish it was cheaper, but it is not. And then let me ask you this question: can you take that car that you just built to race at your local track or whatever on any track in the world, driving any car in the world anytime you want, 24/7?
Yeah.
No, you
exactly.
can't. So anyway, I wish real racing was a lot more affordable, but it's not.
And if you can do both, more power to you. But no, I don't think. I know if you step back from a 30,000 foot view and you go $10,000 for playing a video game, that sounds crazy. But no, I think when you dig into it, it isn't crazy. It's a hobby. This is over spans of years. We're talking here. It's.
Yeah, I mean,
and you don't have to spend that much money.
No,
by
I
the
was
way.
just gonna say that you don't have to spend that much money. Sure, you can buy a T150 for $200.
Yep.
You're still gonna have to have a PC. We were at some PC site today, and you can get them for like $600. You can build a decent PC for $600. Then you're gonna be racing at a desk. You need a monitor.
Yep.
This stuff, or you can just go on the console. You can do it all for under $1,000. But I mean, if you want to, have all the nice bells and whistles and take it to, maybe the extreme that I have sitting over there, then you got to spend more money. But if you really love something and you have the disposable income to spend that money on, then do it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yep.
Exactly. I think a lot of people that say that too just don't have the disposable income.
Yeah, well, I think there is that too. Yeah.
So.
Nope, not going to knock people who can't afford stuff or who can't afford stuff.
Yeah, and then.
Kumbaya.
Carts is not expensive, but still. Define expensive. It depends on who you are. If you're working at McDonald's, carts are going to be expensive.
Yeah, if you're going karting, you're going to go spend thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Billy, maybe Billy can chime in here. How much to run that shifter cart, Billy? How much did that shifter cart cost you? How much is it for a weekend? trailering it to the track.
That's what Billy said.
You get to strap it to the top of your car?
There we go. Billy said he spent $10,000 on the 125cc shifter. That doesn't include maintenance and entries.
And then, Billy, how are you getting that cart to the track?
Yeah, you gotta have a truck.
Yeah,
and a trailer.
And a trailer. Or, yeah, with a truck, you could probably put it in the back of a truck.
Probably, yeah.
So you would at least need a truck or something to haul it to the track.
I would have to go buy a truck. And then, you know, we just bought a house, a 2-car garage. That'd be 3 vehicles, and I gotta leave a vehicle out front. Get the girl mad at me. A lot of stuff here.
Yeah, that's the other thing. How much are you going to piss off your wife?
Yeah.
I like to see the look on Scott's wife's face when he keeps spending more money on sim racing and his Miata. What the hell are you doing? Don't worry about it, honey.
That's funny. So, yes. Money, sim racing, good stuff.
Are we at we got mean YouTube.
We're at mean YouTube, and then we're on the Q&A. We're actually doing pretty decent on time for the amount of stuff we had. I'm actually kind of, I was kind of worried we weren't going to have that much time for Q&A or be here all day. So, let's get to it. The return of mean YouTube.
By the way, I thought that was a great topic we just talked about.
It was. Mean YouTube comments. So, I'll begin, and you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I deal with it on a daily basis, so I'm always ready for
First up, Andy Sanders. You should give up your career. You can't effing drive, lad. Piss off.
Piss off.
Piss off. Go do my best Cockney accent. That isn't very good. Thank you, Andy.
That was a very kind comment. Should I take the next one?
Yep.
Jared Sharp. Oh, no, so actually, so he's saying this to somebody else. He wasn't saying this to us.
No, he was saying it to us.
It's like listening to my grandma try and use tech terminology.
That was on...
Because I guess we're not tech savvy.
It was something, one of those episodes. Servo Unknown. Why would I want to watch someone play a sim game as a bumper car racer? First time finding channel. I think you chose the wrong name.
Alrighty, let's change our name. Christopher
that.
Draper, thank you so much for the 10 British pound donation. Very much appreciated.
Yes, thank you. Here's yours.
In my old eyes, I can't see the screen up there. I saw Darren on iRacing once. He was very slow at the time.
I gotta love that one. It's like a slow burn.
Yeah, I was very slow. Was I out of my outlap or something?
I don't know.
And not that I'm an alien, but I definitely hold my own for the most part.
Plydex, I believe. Not even one word about the car's handle compared to other GT3. These guys obviously don't know much. Don't know much.
We got more?
Yep, here we go.
The old guy needs to shut up and stop backseat driving. Oh, I saw that one on the Forza.
Annoying.
I wonder who they were talking about. Why are these mostly about me?
It's mostly you this week. Chris Stanton. Okay, and then the last one from California Dude.
Is this one about me too?
Well, it was towards you, but it was just kind of dickish, so I'm going
great.
to take it. So actually, yes, Laguna Seca. I live in Monterey, California. Tracked the V6 Vet many times on a badass track. Driving a real car on a real track, not pixels on a screen, is for real men. But I guess you are a little boy. So, go fuck yourself, California Dude.
Whoa, dude!
Ah, I did it!
You just dropped it. John just
I
dropped
did
like
it!
the first F-bomb ever on the show.
We did it!
Whoa!
We did it! Yes!
Wow.
We did it.
Damn, that was hardcore. John just told the guy to F off. That's funny. You know what's funny too about a lot of these is, not that I'm intimidating and it has nothing to do with my size or stature or anything. But you would never get somebody to just walk up to you in person
And say these things.
That's what's so funny about today's social media and stuff like this. It's, you know, people would never say this stuff in person unless they're ready to throw down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I would never do anything like that.
Yeah.
And risk, you know, somebody punching me in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. No, people can really stand up online.
ISR TV After Dark. And we told you this was the dirty show.
This is like the After Dark. Yes. Yeah, we're going on a 2-week break.
California dude equals arrogant piece of shit.
Well, that's what that was.
And then hold on, and then Travis says, "Take that, you guy, Cali boy."
Well, I live in Monterey and I drive a C6, and it's like, what are you?
Sure you do.
Are you like some 60?
Cali
Are you some
boy.
60-year-old acting like a 5-year-old, or are you some like 20-something who had like well-off family?
John
You
lost
go
his
buy- you
halo.
Go buy a Corvette. So it's like I don't know. That was such, but I guess it kind of rounded up well to the previous topic. This whole like, oh, go drive on the track yourself.
Yeah.
Ugh,
I don't drive pixels on a screen.
that's right.
Oh, dude, come on.
I go to
Bring
Laguna. You know what? If the only track I could drive in real life was Laguna Seca, I'd be like, I'm definitely going sim racing. Because God, I am terrible at Laguna Seca. One of my least favorite tracks.
I struggle there. I like turn 3 and 4 are a bitch for me.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. I don't mind the corkscrew. It's all like all the other corners.
I love the comments about your F-bomb. Man, maybe I need to start dropping more F-bombs. Man, good thing you guys don't hear me in person, in real life.
That's called bearing the lead an hour into the show.
Oh, we apologize to you younger viewers.
We do apologize to
I mean,
younger
come on,
viewers.
it's the internet. I'm sure you guys have heard 10 times worse. Just go listen to any of the other youngsters that have driving channels.
They really like the curse.
Oh man, we were watching one of these guys that does driving videos. Was it AR12?
AR12, yeah.
He really likes to say really a lot.
It has to be.
We were going to do a drinking game on how many times he said really.
Oh my God.
And
Be plastered.
oh man, we'd be really plastered after like the first minute.
Well, part of me, I'm kind of wondering, since I don't normally watch the channel, I'm like, this has to be an inside joke. That's to be, because I watched it shouldn't.
I don't think it was.
Because we watched that video, his latest video showed up on the YouTube homepage, and it was like him driving around talking, because that's like what they do now, vlog, and he put down a down payment to get one of the new Teslas. So, man, life's good. 20-year-old YouTubing,
Yeah.
gonna go buy a $35,000 car.
Nice.
Man.
Yeah,
So-
can we get a $20 donation for the F-bomb? By the way, Spatial Dragon said there's a $ in the YouTube chat box. So I think you can do donations down there.
Yep,
If
yep.
you so
Yeah,
desire.
you don't have to. Only if you
Very
want
much
to.
appreciate it, though.
Yes, we do.
Thank you guys all for your donations. Very much appreciate
We
it.
do appreciate it. It'll go to the show.
All right, now we on
things to
Q&A.
buy. Well, now we have Q&A.
Now that I got all worked up after being called a slouch a bunch
Man,
of times.
This has been a great show today. We got some. We had mean YouTube. We had knobs, f-bombs.
We had dirt, lots of dirt.
Dirt, dirty, all that stuff. After dark chat going. The light, not the lighting, not what you guys are saying.
So Lars Borgman asks, is there going to be a new budget wheel from Fanatec? Yeah, they announced it. It's the CSL. They came out with the CSL rim, and they announced that they were working on a budget base. So, yeah, it's coming. I just don't know when. Matter of fact, they talked to me. They said they're deep into testing.
Okay.
So, don't have an exact date, but it's coming.
Let's see, Banana Z73. What do you guys think about iRacing Dirt? I'm quite looking forward to the Rallycross. Look, I mean, we said earlier, looking forward.
I think
to
that was before that we got into the dirt
I'm
question.
sure.
So, but yeah, we're really looking forward to it. I mean, I'm really excited to
I am-
do some dirt racing.
I will say, looking out long term, I'm curious to see where they head, because they're obviously going to do dirt ovals, which has kind of been like the main, like that's the group that really got behind the whole getting dirt in iRacing, was the dirt ovals. They're going to do Rallycross, but are they going to do something like a point to point, where you have to go and scan miles and miles and miles of roadway?
That's a good question.
So, and then like I mentioned earlier, they're going to have kind of some fictional tracks to begin with. We're just going to kind of pile dirt on some of the real world tracks that they have scanned. But obviously,
said that?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's what Steve Myers said. He said they're gonna put kind of just dirt down for now on some real world tracks. So it's gonna be kind of like the first fictional tracks in iRacing, which is interesting. But I don't know. It's either do that or wait for a long time for these tracks to be
I'd
made.
rather have the fictional stuff. I don't care.
Well, that's the thing. It's all kind of fictional anyway. You know, these tracks get set up in a weekend.
Yeah.
They're dirt, so they're constantly changing. So
I
it's
could
kind
care
of like,
less.
yeah, I agree. But I do hope that they go and scan some actual rallycross tracks, like maybe an X Games track.
Well, and
That'd be cool.
And I would love to see some realistic rally stages that are close. But honestly, for that, you could take GPS data and be close enough as far as I'm concerned. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, someone said stadium trucks. Yeah, it'd be cool if they got the stadium trucks in automobile lease are cool. So that'd be cool. In
actually, let's just continue on. I'm not even going to try to say your name. But he says, do you guys think the addition of dirt tracks and iRacing could lead to rally stages? I hope so.
See,
We were just talking
that's
about
the thing.
that.
I don't know. I think if it does, that'll be later. And one thing that someone asked earlier, I didn't get a name. They asked, what do you think about safety rating? They're going to have to adjust it, I think.
Well, somebody was suggesting doing a separate dirt safety rating, which
Well,
I don't think is a bad idea.
And are they going to do a different licensing group? You know, I kind of think right now they have oval and road. Dirt doesn't really fall into that. I mean, dirt's going to be both of them between rallycross.
Well, I guess you
and
could do dirt.
oval, and rallycross. I guess you could.
I guess yeah. So dirt
Yeah.
like late models and stuff on
Yeah.
ovals could be oval. And
Yeah.
then like rallycross, rally could be.
I still really want to see them split it up. I don't want to see them split it up to individual car, but I like to see like an open wheel, like a IndyCar American open wheel license, a European F1 ladder system license, a stock car license, a dirt license, Le Mans type prototype racing license. I would like to see it broken up into like 4 or 5 categories myself. But.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Oops.
This next one's addressed to you. You know, I think I could probably take it.
Go ahead.
Brian Blackburn asked, Darren, when are you guys going to see a VR review? I assume Aussie Stig is going to do it as he races VR only. We want to do a VR. We talked about it. We're gotta do a little better of getting in contact with the VR companies out there, but we want to do a review. And I've been watching all the reviews of the Oculus, and this week the Vive showed up. And you see any of the reviews of the Vive?
Nope.
It's kind of interesting. I mean,
I saw that piece that Barnacle did.
Okay, yeah. Well, that piece was pretty impressive. But yeah, I heard kind of like was it the CNET or I don't remember who Engadget review. It was kind of about. I think they give the same score as the Oculus, where like it's really cool. You can walk around, but it's a little bit heavier. Oh, the whole headset's heavy, and they said like after 30 minutes, it's kind of not comfortable to wear because it's heavy and it gets hot.
Yeah, I don't
and
know about that.
And the cables, and I'm like, if he's only saying 30 minutes, he has to take a break. That's not going to work for racing. I mean, we're not walking around, but still, get sweaty enough when it's a really intense, race. So, yeah.
I'm grabbing all of your questions, by the way. Ellis Jones, thank you so much for the donation. Very much appreciated.
Yes, thank you. Next question, Quad X525. How to set up Xbox 360 controller for Assetto Corsa?
Well, first of all, there's a driver. You need the Xbox 360 Windows driver, or controller driver. So make sure you have that. And then I'm thinking it should be kind of a plug-and-play experience from there. We've never done that.
No.
I mean, we try to avoid running with a gamepad on anything. The only thing I'll run a gamepad on is motorcycle racing games. And man, would I love to see that one guy that used to, Alan Beaton.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while.
Well, and he's teased me with sending us his motorcycle controls for like 5 years now. Now I'm just like, yeah, whatever, dude. I mean, Alan, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but dude, you've teased me with that freaking motorcycle controller for too long. Just send it already, or just don't. There was a question that I wanted to ask, or I wanted to take. Actually, you take the next one.
I got one I just pulled from chat because it's pertinent to me. Wayne Francis asked, I'm thinking about getting a 970 GTX. What do you think? I use a 970. You should go watch. If you haven't already, go watch the review and benchmark did on it back in January. And it's a strong card. I mean, the EVGA, especially the overclocked one I have, is a really solid card. If you're doing single monitor, it'll handle everything. Anytime I run down and only run like 1920 by 1080 or 2560 by 1080, I can max out everything. It does great. On triples, I do have to turn some things down, especially in ultra wide, which is essentially I'm running 4 1920 by 1080 monitors. So if I could, I would be trying. I'm still trying to get. Would like to get a 980 Ti in my system because I think that's probably what I need to push out the amount of pixels I have.
That's what I want.
But if you just have one monitor, the 970 gets the job done.
Yes, it does. Heck, if you can find a and it's similar performance specs. If you can find a 780 GTX Ti, I think they're coming down in price. That's what I have. It does the job.
Yep, should be able to find one to use.
Yep. All right, so hold on. I'm going to take two real quick here. Do you think Sony PS4 will ever support triple screens? So you can do Xbox 360, you were able to do it. You had to buy 3 Xbox 360s, and only Forza 3 and 4 supported it. I think actually Gran Turismo on the PS3 did it as well. Maybe in Gran Turismo 6. It could. They're coming out with the PS4.5.
Yeah.
It's supposedly going to be supporting VR. Maybe that one will be able to, but they don't have the outputs. It's not going to have 3 outputs to do it. So, and then I want to take the next question. Well, you get to answer it, and then I'm going to comment on it. So this is directed at you. Do you get to take your bat with you?
Yep.
No, he's not actually. I haven't told him this, but I'm keeping those monitors here. I'm kidding. Yes, he's taking his bat with him, and a knob.
And a knob. Well, we got 2 knobs, so taking my knob and going home. Let's see. Next, where are we at?
Dominic, I'm jealous. I'm sure you are too. Just ordered a. Here's another thing too with the Ti. There's like 20 different versions of the GTX Ti.
Yes, there are.
There's water-cooled versions and different clock speeds and all sorts. Man, there are so many different 980 Ti's, but they're going for about $600 for just like the base model.
Yeah, they're still pricey. And yesterday, NVIDIA had a big, conference, presentation, keynote. Keynote's the word I'm looking for. And they talked about new technologies, and it was kind of confused. They talked about the new chipset technology, and they called, God, what was it called? They started Pascal, and then they talk about now the term Tesla's been tossed around. I think it has something to do with Pascal, but they didn't. What I was hoping for yesterday was to be like, here's our new video card. This is what it's called. These are the specs. This is how much it's going to retail for. That's what I was hoping for. We're not quite there yet, but they're talking about the chipsets. I guess it's like the first new die size change since like 2011. So they're expecting huge performance gains. So I'm hoping pretty soon a new line of cards come out, and then like a 980 Ti will come down in price.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping. That's why I'm.
I know. I don't know if it's a good time to buy a video card right now.
But you know what? My 780 stayed at over $500 for a long time, even though it was a dated card.
Yeah.
I want to comment on Aussie Stig, Mark's comment he just put. A lot of reviewers are not sim racers, and they are not really invested in what VR means for sim racing. Well, a lot of us don't have the same mindset as you either, Mark. I mean, I honestly, I tried the DK2, and I probably didn't get the most out of it, but I'm not really looking forward to having something strapped to my head for a 2-hour stint during like the 24 hours of Le Mans coming up later this year. I just. And I do like to be able to see where my button box is, and I have the external dashes, and sure, I could just look down in the VR world.
Yeah.
And it better look effing like crystal clear, or I don't want it, because I'm running 144 hertz in 3 27-inch monitors, and to me it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have a hard time getting pulled away from that quality, to run VR.
Yeah. Something about VR that I haven't heard brought up. I'm kind of like, this matters to me. What's my hair going to look like? Getting done with that thing.
What's it going to do the Musketeer?
Like, we got to film a show. I can't go and run VR in the morning, or my hair is going to be like this or something, like this, and it's like, this is a lot.
You can wear a racing line hat.
I'll need a racing line hat, because this is a lot of work. And VR is going to everyone's going to be walking around with just goofy looking hair.
Hey, my wife's in here, Andrea.
I was about to say, hi Andrea. I was about to say it's gonna piss off Angela. Be like, what? You always look like a bum. Why is your hair always messed up?
You know what? As I've gotten older, I do anyway. Because it's not gonna matter to me.
Because VR is gonna be like.
This is what my hair looks like most days anyway.
That's not that bad though. But yeah, VR's gonna be for the buzz cuts or the follically challenged, or I don't know. You're anywhere in between there. It's gonna be rough hair days.
Just get married, John.
We have a wedding date.
That's right, Scott. They don't give a shit after you get married, isn't that right? Ask my wife. She's in here. My wife loves me no matter what.
Okay, back to these questions. Epigraphics.com. Did you guys jump to Windows 10? Every system's on Windows 10 except for your personal.
Except for mine. Yep.
Yeah. Which, and
why haven't I done it yet?
There's really no reason anymore, right?
That icon keeps tempting me to switch over.
Oh yeah.
I think when I'm ready to do my next format is when I'll make the jump. If I do it now, I don't want to do the upgrade because the upgrade takes up a bunch of extra space because it basically puts Windows 7 in a temp folder and all that. I'm going to do it soon. I really haven't had a need to. Everything's running really good, and I love Wim every time we talk about VR. And your house will burn down sooner or later with you in it, and you won't even know it's on fire.
See, that's what I'm leaning towards.
By the way, Mark, I'm just messing with you. I know you love VR, but it's not for everybody.
See, that's where I'm leaning towards the Vive because it actually has the camera on the front.
Yeah,
I can see if the house is burning down. Let's see. Spartial Dragon asks, I am stuck on. Oh, bending.
No. Maybe that actually came across on accident.
Okay.
Go to the next one.
Martin Arts. Okay, so I should go for the T300 instead of T500? Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's smoother.
It is. Quicker turning, and the effects are. If you crank them up, they're going to be just as strong.
I wish I had video when I was driving the other night. Dirt Rally it was a TX, not T300. But I was just like beating the crap out of it in terms of like turning really fast. And something else I want to mention. So we got questions, people asking us about doing a wheel setup video for Dirt Rally.
Oh yeah, I meant to comment on that.
And I was working on it. I was working on it, and Darren jumped on it yesterday, and we kind of came to the solution that there's really no good universal settings. All the settings I got like I started doing the testing in racing the VW WRC Polo at a Finland track, and I set all the sliders to 0, and I went one at a time, and I got all dialed in, and I got it feeling really good. Then I went and jumped in another car with the settings, didn't feel good. Jumped in another car, not better than the stock, settings. And then you jumped in and started messing around, and you kind of found the same thing.
Yeah, we found that top slider. I keep forgetting what it is.
Torque center.
Self-aligning
torque.
Self-aligning torque. That is like controls everything. You turn that off and you have no force feedback.
Yeah.
You can have all the rest of the sliders at 100 and you're not going to feel anything. That's like the main gain switch. By the way, Mark, I was just playing on the whole VR thing. I knew you would get fired up about it, but I'm just messing with you, man. I know you love VR, but and I agree with your point. He was saying that didn't say it was, mate. VR reviewers are usually not sim racers. That was my point.
Well, that's what I kind of thought he was mentioning. But yeah, I haven't seen. And that's why we, push hard when we talk to companies. It's like, hey, you guys aren't catering to a sim racing group, and sim racers go out there and buy products. So let's review this stuff.
Yep.
So Curb Search said, sell the bat for a new kitchen. Probably.
You could.
I probably would work 1-to-1.
You could get like all your new kitchen appliances.
Yeah.
By selling those. Tom Jones. Darren, congrats on 107,000 plus subs. Well, congrats to both of us because John was a part of that too. What are your long-term 5+ years plans for the channel? John, what are your long-term plans? And I hope you get to 1 million subs. We do too, but we're a long ways off of that. Yeah. Just to continue to follow the trends and, just keep this going for as long as possible. I mean, honestly, John is the future of this channel.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, well, and not that I'm going anywhere anytime soon, but, I think adding guys like Billy and Mark, that shows the kind of the direction that we're going. We want to continue to grow. We want to continue to try to stay on top of all the forms of sim racing media, whether it's at our website with our blog, our forums, here on the channel. We just want to continue to do what we're doing. And honestly, it all comes down to advertising. Without advertising, we can't exist. So as long as we continue to draw views,
Yep.
Both both at our website and at the channel here, then we will continue to be around for a long time. And that's our hope, and that's our goal. We don't really have a 5-year plan.
World domination.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that'd be nice. A naked show would get you 1 million subs. I don't know about that.
We gotta bring in some other talent.
Maybe the young women having John naked on the show, maybe they'd like that. But
I don't know. I'm in bad shape. We just got a donation.
And Jeremy, thank you so much from France.
Yes, thank you.
€5. We very much appreciate that. So let's see.
Travis now?
This is Travis, yeah. Time Runner 414. Stuck on the race start screen. The game won't load to the race. I have my firewall turned off and my web root security turned off. Any ideas what to do? First of all, Travis, what game? And I know he's in there. I see him right now. What game are you talking about? And I don't. Most games will still run under firewall. It'll tell you that, it'll give you that warning.
Yeah.
It's trying to access your firewall, and it'll say, anyway.
That's an odd one. Yeah, what game?
We need a Jessica Lopez lookalike. Yeah, why don't you hire her in Ohio?
I'll go to the million universities in Ohio and say I'll pay with pizza.
Glow plug to answer your question. She is still in LA. I talk to her on occasion. She's doing great. She's married now. I don't know if most people didn't know this, but she's got a son. Her son's, I don't know, probably about 6, 7 years old now. Who's totally into gaming. He's got his own little gaming channel.
Nice.
So Jessica's doing great, and she's studying to be a teacher. So, anyway, we miss Jessica. You never got to meet her, but
I haven't.
she's super cool.
Maybe one of these days.
If I go
E3.
if I go with you to E3 this year, we'll connect with Jessica. Maybe have Jessica do an appearance on the show.
Leaflux? Is that where we're at?
Yes, I think so.
Leaflux07. After asking you guys about it a few weeks ago, does iRacing require a subscription if you intend to just ghost race? Yes, you have to have a subscription to do any kind of racing, to be on iRacing. You have to have a subscription. And I'd hope, and ghost racing is kind of used as, I think of, it's kind of for you to gain comfort in racing, whether it's you're new to iRacing or you're trying a new series, or I'll use it if I'm trying to run a track for the week and I want to see if my lap times are comparable to the guys out there running. So I'd hope that if you want to just start ghost racing isn't really much fun. I mean, it's nice to kind of check where you're at, but guys are driving through you. It's kind of disorienting there. So I'd hope that you ghost race for a little bit and then you start jumping into real sessions.
It's a good tool. I mean, that's a tool. That's what it's best for. To do it, that's all? No.
Yes, do need a subscription.
Yes, you do need a subscription. Next question from Phenom. I've got the F1 Ferrari rim right now. Should I upgrade to the 599 rim for my T300 RS? Not sure whether it's worth the price, about €140. It depends on what type of driving you do. That 599 Evo rim is sweet. The Alcantara is probably the smoothest, nicest feeling Alcantara on all the rims, even like high-end Momo rims. I kind of like that feel of that. And supposedly that stuff is made by the same factory that the Ferrari Alcantara is made at. So if you want that size rim, yeah, you should go for it. I mean, if you're happy with, you've got the F1 rim, I'm assuming you've got this, or no, if you got about a servo, maybe you don't have the base rim. I don't know. It's really up to you, but I think it's worth it.
It's a good rim. I love it.
I mean, if all you do is, F1 style racing or open wheel racing, then stick with the Ferrari rim.
Yeah.
But if you want to drive GT-style cars, you want a bigger, rounder rim, then go with that.
You know, I will say now in real life, all the GT cars
Are going to F1-style
all
rims.
F1 style rims. The Corvette, this tiny little rim, it's insane. Let's see, Nigel Benton. When buying a new TV, should I look for it to have a display port connection, or will HDMI be okay? Will be used with PC and console and normal TV viewing. HDMI will be okay because DisplayPort is really used when you're trying to take advantage of higher hertz, and since TVs are locked to 60 hertz, from everything I've gathered, I know I know the boxes say stuff like 240 and these high hertz rates.
I think Plasmas actually have
Plasmas has
high
a
refresh rates.
It has like a 600 or something, but everything I've read, it's all kind of marketing, you know, jargon or kind of fudging stuff. So I don't think you're going to see an advantage of DisplayPort, and I don't know if, maybe there are TVs out there if you've done some research that have DisplayPort. 3 years ago I bought up my TV and I was looking around a lot and I didn't see any with DisplayPort. So maybe that's a new thing now, but I think if you're going to be racing on a TV, HDMI is fine. As always, if you are PC racing, we do recommend being on a monitor because then you can take advantage of the faster refresh rate.
Refresh rate.
God, I brain broke.
I started
thinking about latency and stuff. So refresh rate. But yeah, if you're just doing, say, PC and console and TV viewing, if you're doing all three of those things, I say you're probably fine with just HDMI.
I was going to say, someone's talking about stutters on Dirt Rally in our forums. That was you.
It was me. Yeah, I posted that. I would be interested to hear from you guys in comments if you have seen any TVs that actually do have a true refresh rate that is like 120, 144. Because like I said, everything I've seen or read review-wise, it always sounds like it's a lie. It's really just 60.
By the way, Spatial Dragon, I think his name is Tim.
Yep.
I just put the Dirt Rally League link in chat. I'm going to do it again. So that's our PC Dirt Rally, ISR TV Dirt Rally League. So you guys can get to it by clicking on that link. You should be able to.
Words are hard. Yeah, so some people are saying that, yeah, some TVs do now have display ports. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm not very helpful on that one.
We don't talk tech very well. Remember the mean comments?
Damn it! I hate when when mean YouTube's right.
Lots of questions coming in. Let's keep rolling.
Orange J92, John and Darren, is there any news about the PC Forza wheel support? Do we have to use the TX or will the T300 RS work? Good question. Don't know.
That's a great question.
That was one of my first questions because I was assuming initially it was going to be wheel support.
I want to use my AccuForce.
Yeah.
And are we going to be able to use multiple controllers?
Yes.
You know, we're going to be able to use, let's say, an AccuForce, Club Sport pedals, motion.
Thrustmaster shifter.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's going to depend on his sim experience. Going to, work on, basically they need the UDP, the data output. They need that data output to be able to create plugins for that particular title. So that's a great question. We hope so. Caden, our young friend Caden. By the way, Caden, sorry if you heard that F-bomb earlier. What tracks or races are you guys probably going to this year? You're going to try to get to Indy.
I'm going to try to get to Indy in the month of May. I don't know if I'm going to go to the actual race, but I will definitely at least go to the track and watch practice, qualifying, stuff like that. It's only 2 hours down the road.
Yeah, and for me, I'm just going to keep it local here, Spokane County Raceway. I plan on taking my wife to the drag races. They have some pretty big drag racing events. I was asking John if he's ever been to a drag race, and he hasn't. And I was telling him, man, go check out a drag race. It's intense. Seeing a top fuel funny car or dragster go 300 miles an hour in a quarter mile.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
So I want to get my car out to the track too. I plan on doing that. Actually, I could have been there today.
Yeah.
Today was the first Wednesday that they had track days open up. So I'm going to be taking my own car to the track, but other than that, I don't plan on going to any big races.
I'm trying to think what else I want to try to. I've really thought about it at all. Like other track race I want to go to. When NASCAR comes to town in Indy, I might go. I don't know if I'll go over there this year. I went there last year, and Jeff Gordon's not driving this year.
So Tamsky's back to the Forza Apex question. Yeah, he said there's going to be wheel support, but there hasn't been confirmation whether or not it's just TX.
It's just
Or
Xbox.
Xbox One compatible wheel, or like could you run the T300, the T500, the AccuForce,
Yep.
a G27? Are you going to be able to? I think it depends on that Universal Windows platform, the UWP,
Yep.
whether or not it's compatible with that. I think if it is, then it potentially could work.
Yep. David Jr. Yearwood. Once Forza release on Windows 10, will it lock to 60 frames per second and single cards due to cross-platform? You know, in all their previews, they've been saying that it's going to be 4K locked at 60 frames per second. So I am kind of worried that it is going to be locked at 60, where I would definitely like to run it higher with a nice monitor.
Well,
So-
it's going to be DX12.
It's going to be DX12, yeah.
But it's going to be Windows 10 only, as far as I know. You're not going to be able to run it on Windows 7. So I will have to upgrade to be able to run.
That's right, yeah. So, but I don't know about single card versus SLI or whatever, but there's probably a decent chance. We'll see. We don't know how that's all what it's gonna look like.
I'm taking more questions here, getting more questions here. Next up, Stephen Milton. You can review my PlayStation VR. It will be in my hands in October. Cool.
Yeah, hit us up on Twitter. He's local.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I've talked to him.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I'll get in touch with me come October, and we'll maybe try to work something out, Stephen. Obato. Crew Chief, have you tried it out on PCAR's RaceRoom add-on? No, we have not. I've heard about it. Have you heard about that, the Crew Chief?
I have not.
It's like an add-on for Project Cars and RaceRoom.
Oh, interesting. Leo Hervanen, going on with the dirt theme, do you guys follow the World Rally Championship Series at all? I'm wondering how known the series is in America. I don't, besides just kind of seeing clips or seeing things here and there online when I'm looking at other racing. So if I catch it like on TV, I'll watch a little bit of it. But it is not known at all here in the U.S. I think is probably the correct answer. As we kind of discussed before, we get a lot less racing coverage overall, even racing that's U.S. based like NASCAR, IndyCar. Hell, the IndyCar race the other night at Phoenix had 20,000 people there, and they were actually excited about those numbers, which is amazing.
It looked a little. I wish that's a race I wish I would have gone to. That would have been.
Yeah.
I think would have been a lot of fun.
I guess the place holds 60, so I think that sounds about right.
Yeah,
But-
based on what we saw.
Yeah, but no. So racing, and then when it comes to overseas racing, that gets a lot less seeing that. You know, they'll show up on delay at kind of random times later on. I mean, we get F1. Obviously, but like VA Supercars is kind of hit and miss schedule. The Blancpain series gets shown like on CBS Sports Network like a week or so later at odd times. So, no, but yeah, but at World Rally we get like none of that.
Yeah, I have a quick question for you guys. I'd like you to answer here in chat. We get a handful of complaints here and there that this show is too long. Do you guys, yes or no, just put yes or no in chat right now. Do you think the show is too long, yes or no? And would you like to, and that being said, if you think it is too long, Scott, 20,000, that place looked empty. If you think it is too long, say, yes, it's too long, would prefer to see under an hour or something like that. Just curious. Yeah, it did look pretty empty for 20,000. That middle section was the only thing that was filled up, it looked like. Scott, you
Yeah.
should have gone. Mr. Tucson, that was right in your backyard, dude.
Fortunately, it wasn't the best race with the whole aero push they were dealing with. Too much downforce. Downforce bad for racing.
Everybody's saying no. No. Never. Nope.
Good. That's
What? We got one yes. Man, those are just flying in.
well, good. That's what I was kind of hoping from the live crew.
Man, I think we have 300 people in chat. I think all 300 are saying Too much of the same questions and answers. I think actually, I mean, sure we get a duplicate question here and there
We
from
do.
week to week, but
We do. And when we do a duplicate, I do try to answer a little quickly than my long story long answers, as I tend to do. But I think this week's actually been pretty good. A lot of unique stuff.
I agree. We're coming up on 2 hours. Let's keep it under 2.
Yep, we're going to keep it under 2. Let's see. That was Leo. Tom Jones. With so many TI...
Hold on, we missed a couple here.
Did we?
BSGT 98.
I did.
Can we get more Stage 4 videos? Yes. More coming soon.
More cowbell.
Yep. Now we can get to the next one.
Okay. I got Leo. Tom Jones. With so many 980 Ti's out there, which one is best for sim racing? Is that even possible to answer that? We couldn't answer that.
The most expensive one. I was talking about that earlier. There's so many different versions of the 980 Ti. I mean, you really got to do your research. I'm sure they're all great. I mean, from the bottom of the line to the top of the line.
The one that I almost pulled the trigger on late last year, I was really thinking, was the 980 Ti from EVGA that has the water cool system, where it's an internal system, so you just hook up the radiator fan like on your rig, and then off you go. That looked really cool, and it seemed to perform well, and it was quiet, which probably doesn't matter when my 970 only turns on when I'm gaming, and when I'm racing, I can't hear.
I have things cranked up so loud. John's like, man, you like it loud. Maybe it's from all the concerts I went to as a kid and like playing loud games for my whole life. Maybe my ears are going, but I like it. I like that shit cranked up. I like to feel it. Next. What do we got? We're running out of questions.
Good.
I know. You guys got a favorite out of the new dirt rally cars yet?
I was really enjoying that Volkswagen Polo, but I'm partial because that's essentially a GTI.
I like that Subaru.
Actually,
when we drove in that.
That's not even a new car. You might be talking about the new ones that came up, like the Peugeot.
Oh, I don't know.
I haven't driven any of those cars yet, actually. I've been sticking to I was sticking to the classics when I was trying to get the whole force feedback thing dialed. You know what I don't care for, actually, that is new? The Mini Rallycross car. It has all the grip in the world. I was blown away by it. It's all the grip, and it's kind of wonky. I don't know. Physics-wise, it's not my favorite car.
Someone asked where John got his shirt. There you go.
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring that back up again.
RacingLineUSA.com. That's where I got this hat as well. No one's commenting on my hat. That's not cool. Anyway, this is where I got these shoes too. I reviewed these shoes a while back, so check them out. RacingLineUSA.com. Take that down.
Yeah,
it's also in the link in the description.
Hey, name the tracks you can see on my shirt.
I see Monza.
Monza.
Is that Monza right there?
That is Monza. And I know Nordschleife is up here in this corner. I think Watkins Glen was somewhere. Oh, it's a point-to-point one.
Nordschleife is right there.
There it is.
So that's cool. I have an older one like this with the yellow. The tracks are yellow and the R isn't going across.
I think that's.
Yeah, they have some cool shirts there. Oh, and someone said that Peter said that he went to order one, but it was $99 shipping to get it to the UK.
Woof. Well,
So I'm gonna have to talk to Jones, is the guy that owns or is the president or the main guy at Racing Line. By the way, Racing Line sponsored iRace for Life too. We're gonna have 3 $50 gift certificates for Racing Line to give away at the iRace for Life seminar.
he needs to get shirts there.
That would be cool too.
Let's see. We are your favorite. Okay, Peter Enzer again. If you could run any series in iRacing for real, what would you choose? Probably the IndyCar series. I like IndyCar. I like the combo, like this past winter series, going back from ovals to street course or road course. That was pretty cool.
I would endurance race. 24 hours of Daytona. That if I could run one race, at my age I could do it. Look at Paul Newman ran like he was 70 years old or something.
He did.
It would be the 24 hours of Daytona. I would love to run that race. Wouldn't that be cool if someday we make enough money we have our own team? Hey man, give us some donations, man. We'll be at the 24 hours of Daytona. I'm just kidding. Every one of you in chat gave us. I'm just kidding.
Slaptrain could probably do it.
If he got all his all his 15-year-old viewers to,
They could probably do it.
Next up,
Zach.
will the Logitech G920 work on dirt rally? It should. I mean, I would think it'd be compatible.
Yeah.
Next up, Scott Newman. Do you think that WRC should do a rally in the States? If so, where should that be? Hell yes, I think they should. Right here in Spokane, Washington.
Yeah, someone mentioned that they used to have one here. I know, because there was that American series for a little while. I know Travis Pastrana was in it.
Yeah.
And they raced in this neck of the woods.
I think there's probably a place where they could create a rally, multiple stage, or I don't know, one big stage.
Yeah.
I would think they could do it. I'd love to see hill climb here.
Oh, yeah.
That would be really cool too. I mean, I would love it. Yeah, I wouldn't be one of those guys, those crazy asses standing on the side of the track
crazy.
where, they're basically getting sideways, like right at your feet. Man, nuts.
I'm curious is how much is hill climb still like prevalent out there around the world? And we always hear about Pikes Peak, but I don't hear about any other hill climbs still going on. I don't know if there's any other ones here in the U.S., or if there are, they're nowhere near the level of Pikes Peak, 'cause that's the only one we ever hear about. So I wonder.
I would like to go to Pikes Peak one year. I think that'd be cool.
It'd be cool to go there and just kind of be there and take that in and see. They bring some crazy cars now.
Yeah, John, WRC was in Washington. That would have been awesome. I want to try that Spatial Dragon. Have you ever heard of that Dirtfish Rally?
No.
It's like an arrive and drive rally.
Oh.
Like a rally class, and you drive rally cars.
Your car would have to be really. Oh,
No, not in my car.
They give you.
Yeah.
I thought you had to bring.
Hell no! I ain't taking my car
I'm
to
not saying
dirt.
I'm not saying your Corvette, but I thought you had to like bring your own car.
No. They have like, I don't know, WRXs or something that you drive. Matter of fact, when I was hanging out with the Turn 10 guys, they were talking about they all went and did it.
Yeah.
A bunch of them went and did it.
Nice.
And I was like, oh
yes.
so freaking jealous.
Thank you, Nigel. Again, don't forget thumbs up if you could. Would appreciate it.
Yes.
I hope you can. That's not too hard of a move of the mouse. Click. Robert, what cars would you like to see in any sim the most? Have you seen the new line of GT3 cars in the pipeline for R Factor 2? Also, GT500 GTR that you wanted to see in any sim. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that. I sent out a tweet the other day saying, I think it was a retweet of the Super GT was out testing with the GT500 cars over there in Japan. And I was like, oh man, I really want to see this in sim racing. And then R Factor 2, Tim Wheatley, got back like kind of like a And I forgot, like over a year ago now, they announced that the GTR Nismo GT500 cars come in R Factor 2. And they released an image of it. Haven't seen anything since then, but it's going to be coming.
Matter of fact, he hit me up and asked if we wanted to do a pre-release test drive of it.
Yes.
That's what I told him. I said absolutely.
Yeah, so that's cool. And then R Factor 2, are those official R Factor 2? Oh, people are saying, yeah, good. Yeah, you're right, Goodwood. Totally forgot about that. Oh, look, got a bunch of them coming up. But R Factor 2, are those new official R Factor 2 cars? I think those are modded cars, I believe. Any more GT3 cars? God, we pretty much got all of them now. I want to see the new Acura. I put that out on Twitter too.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I want to see the new Ford GT.
Oh, yeah. GTL. I want to see GTLM cars. The Ford
that was a GTLM car.
Yeah. The Ford and the Corvette and the M6 BMW. Those that class isn't represented.
See, you guys are lucky in Europe. You guys got all the cool racing. In Portugal, we have the National Hill Climb Championship.
That's cool.
So I think we're going to take this as the last question and wrap it up.
Sounds good.
Simon Anderson, is there going to, and actually I got to expand on this question. Is there going to be an interview with Glenn McGee? Would love to see him on the show. You know what? Glenn and I just never were able to coordinate it. Either we had something going on or we weren't prepared to do the interview, and now I think he's gotten really busy.
Yeah.
He wanted to come on the show. We were invited to go watch him race out at Laguna Seca, but we're not close to there.
And it's the same week as iRace for Life.
Yeah, it's the same weekend as iRace for Life, so we couldn't do it. I told him they're going to be at Watkins Glen. I said, well, you guys foot the bill for John to go up there, and it was iRacing wanted us to go out there and do it.
I'll still go.
So, and that being said, if you were wondering what happened to the Renato interview, and no one asked about it, so I'm assuming they think, oh, he's wrapped up with that whole Formula One management thing.
I saw one question.
Oh, there was?
Yeah.
Renato was not able to come on the show today, because you still can't get Automobilista on Steam, and they're working on that. They said that should be resolved fairly soon. He still wants to come on the show, apologized for having to continue to put it off, but we are still planning to have him on the show. Another reminder, if you missed the top of the show, we are not going to be doing a live show the next 2 weeks. We are taking a break.
Spring break.
Spring break. John's move, and I'm going to be doing some other stuff. So, actually, my boat's going to be back. So,
Bowden.
yeah, I'm going to be doing some boating. No, but we'll be pumping out some other videos in the meantime. We're hoping that our next live show is going to be from Dallas at iRace for Life, Wednesday the 27th. And if it's not, we'll let you know. We'll put up, we'll do some tweets or Facebook just to kind of keep you guys abreast of what's going on. If not, we'll be back the following week and do a, dual location, me here, John in Ohio, live show. So that's going to wrap it up. Anything else you want to say before this is going to be our last? Well, no, we're still going to do iRace for Life, hopefully.
Yeah, we're still going to do iRace for Life. No, I mean, no, just again, thanks for everyone for watching. I'm glad I said with the move to Ohio, I enjoyed reading the comments, people saying like partially of like, oh no, don't go. We like having you guys here, but also people being supportive and understanding.
Someone sent me a protest. Someone protested the John move. Hey, I want to protest the move that John moving. Hold on, I got this yesterday. It was funny. Before we go, I tried protest. Oh no, that was my answer. Can we protest Sable leaving and going back to Ohio? I know he will still be on the show, but I'm afraid it won't be the same. And that's what kind of triggered me to comment on it. As far as I'm concerned, the show is going to be the same.
It is.
Yeah, I can't reach over and punch him in the face when he's in Ohio. Not that I would ever do that.
That means more F-bombs are coming.
Yeah. But the show's going to be the same. We were talking about Barnacules and Jay's 2 cents. It seems like they're in the same room.
Yeah.
And we're going to have, hopefully our show will still have the same feel.
Yep.
At least that's our goal. So anyway, sometimes things need to change, and yeah, I would love for John to stay here, but that's just not in the cards. And I wish him the best in Ohio, and he's still going to be part of the team. So,
yep.
Anyway, that's going to wrap it up. So for John Sable, I'm Darren Ganji. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for the donations. Very much appreciated. Thumbs up would be appreciated too if you liked the show. And we'll see you in a few weeks. Until then, we're out of here. Now turn off your mic, John.
Okay, wait, we're going to do this right this time.
We're going to do this right. So
Wait, here we go. Mic off.